Welcome back to the HGC Finals at BlizzCon, where our crowd is electric in here, especially after that last game. Team Liquid have proven there's not just 2 teams left in this round of 4. There are all 4 here to play, and Dread, the crowd is very, very one-sided.
It is very much behind Team Liquid here, and I think that is definitely understandably so. But it should be noted that I feel like after that last game and how big of a swing we saw within the momentum of the games itself and how loud this crowd is getting on the side of Liquid, I would be terrified if I am Gen.G, and I would not be surprised if that is getting to them, because getting up to that stage at this point in time, like when I was playing up here last a long, long time ago, when they would scream for my opponent's success, it literally shakes the ground. Like, you have no control. You can't go, guys, zone it out, zone it out. Your entire body is affected by the hype being brought here.
Yeah, this truly is where you've got to just zone it out as best you can, but it's basically impossible. The Korean teams, though, they've been in this situation before. Yep. They know that this is a factor when they start losing deaths, start losing games.
It is kind of a sad thing to say, but yeah, when you go to these Western lands, you're typically going to have the Western teams being cheered for, right? And so Korea's used to that. They're just going to go ahead and just focus on themselves, be a unit of 5, and try to make sure that they are able to respond to Team Liquid.
But Kaldor, this roster of Team Liquid, at the same time, you could say maybe that would get to them nerves-wise, but for them, it feels like it's only fueling them.
Oh, they're feeding off the crowd, like, immensely. Like, yesterday they played against Heroes hard, and they played against, like, a hostile crowd, so to say, entire crowd cheering for the opponent. Today, it's the exact opposite, and they are enjoying every second of that.
Yeah, I'm in A now.
But just imagine where they are coming from. I mean, this is insane. They're 1 map away from maybe even making it to the grand final, taking down Gen.G. And that's the team where everyone was talking about, do they even deserve to be here? That was a big story in Europe when they just clutched it out as a number 2 slot, and everybody was saying, hey, we want the leftovers and Fnatic here. Liquid, we're not so sure. And they were saying, like, nah, you just wait. And now they're proving everyone wrong that doubted them.
Well, 2 battlegrounds for each side. The favored battlegrounds have been taken away. There's only what remains, the favored battleground for both of the teams, and that's a Tomb of the Spider Queen. I definitely think that that's where we're going to be going for this next one. It just seems like it's going to be Braxis Holdout. Look! There's a tacit agreement in Korea that you don't have to ban Braxis Holdout between the top teams in Korea because no one picks Braxis Holdout, and Team Liquid themselves banned Braxis Holdout at 2. Team Liquid at 2.
It gets like we're all in A now, right?
Yeah. But in Europe, we don't touch this battleground even. Sometimes you have the bans, but there are days where it literally just goes through. Braxis Holdout just changes the dynamic of what you experience in Heroes of the Storm. And Team Liquid with the map choice illustrates they got something.
I love it. I absolutely love calling out a team and that unspoken agreement of the Korean teams to go, you know what, we're not even going to look at it. We're not going to force that ban outward. We're just going to respect one another and not go to the Braxis holdout because it does change so much of how the game is played. Liquid here very much calling it out, but things we got to be looking for, the Hanzo, the Garrosh. Garrosh already taken off the table. Hanzo very high value, and I'm not going to lie, pretty surprised to see a first pick of Nubarak here from Gen.G. Though it makes it over the walls, he's very vulnerable on those points.
Yrel top lane, Medivh suddenly becomes important. Medivh has not been banned out here. Morales even becomes a support that you can run there.
Oh, wow.
Tyrael and Yrel instantly comes out for Team Liquid. Yrel destroys the top lane on this battleground.
And both of them, again, like they are great in those 5 versus 5 team fights as we saw in the last game, those layer defenses that we are seeing from the 2 heroes, and you have the mobility. Brad is talking about the Nubarak that makes it over the walls. Guess what? Same is true for the 2 picks that we just saw on the side of the Europeans.
And that's going to be a focus through both teams throughout this draft. That is how Braxis holdout. It helps the mobility when it looks at Shrine Control 1 and 2. And look at this. Another characters, in theory, that have the opportunity to be able to make that happen. But let's be real here.
This has to be Kyocha.
It has to be Kyocha. On that Mouth Hill, because last time Rich, you know, it didn't look too good, and focusing him down was very much the focus. But I'm not going to lie, I'm very surprised to see the lowest priority onto the Hanzo. Not only can he make it over the walls pretty well, but mainly just his control. He has independent wave clear very well, but on those points, if you're going to sit there and take a couple of scatter arrows, it only takes about 2 before you just die, no matter which hero you are.
And you can build on that too. You can go straight in for the boss if you go full scatter arrow build. You can delete that in a second if you get a kill or 2. Hanzo very strong on this battleground. curious about how this Mouth is going to pay out. Mouthfield with Die alone can actually do pretty darn well against Hero, and typically you're going to have that full one-on-one. But I'm still wondering, like, what does Team Liquid have that's going to give them that rotation in that top lane?
But what about Phoenix? We have to remember Phoenix also has a unique standpoint on this map, and that's
True.
clearing the Zerg. But does Gen.G realize this? Because this is not played in Korea.
Yeah, and it very much could be that planet cracker to be able to deal with that. But I will raise that I feel like the most successful teams when it comes to Brax's holdout are 1 to 2 philosophies is held. 2 solo laners that hold their own with a 3-man kill potential, or it's a 3-2 with a heavy amount of rotation on shifting your priority and where you end up finding that pressure outward. And Gen.G right now, I think, has an opportunity to still stick with that kind of 3-2 limited pressure. But if they fail to do that and they go for a 1-3-1, I feel like Liquid's got the far better kill potential and skirmishing capability.
It's not only that, Liquid is even going for more displacement right now. We've already talked about the mobility on the heroes, and we have a Junkrat in the mix as well. And Gen.G just slows it down again and says, all right, we're going for it for the second time in this series. We're going to put Rich on Alarak again. And also, together with the Karazim, they use that telekinesis into the 7-sided several times, and they believe in it again.
Oh boy.
One thing to look at when looking at the Alarak and why it's so valuable on this battleground is not only are the small skirmishes very, very prominent, but then because of the shrine control and being able to telekinesis off of that.
All right.
You can't die to Alarak, I guess, if you've got 3 tanks.
Seems like a bold move, and very much, I think, again, catering to that 1-3-1 philosophy that I was saying teams oftentimes can kind of adopt. Have Dehaka, have Urel hold their own, and have the Junkrat and friends kind of skirting around. But you can see this crowd is all behind Liquid.
Yeah, Gen.G's not just facing the 5 members, 6 counting Zeus of Team Liquid. They are facing an army here at BlizzCon.
And if there was any question if Liquid is feeding off that crowd or not, that shot of Nurok definitely answered that.
Very true. Very true.
I will say, going into this draft, being at the breaking point, game number 5 here on this series, I thought there was going to be 2 things that were necessary based on what we had already seen before, right? Rich has to find himself on a comfort if they're going to be in a comfortable position throughout this game.
Okay.
Alarak, let's be real. And then you pointed out before, in games 1 and 4, Arcaner, which hero is he going to be on? Though this is the selection of Liquid, by no means is this a very aggressive Arcaner hero and opportunity through this game. So I feel like, though it is the clever map pick of Braxis, I still feel like Gen.G got a lot of what they wanted in a good comp here.
Guys, this is it. This is for the grand finals. Let's get it going. Game 5 between Team Liquid and Gen.G.
I'm nervous.
I have trouble imagining a tournament where Gen.G doesn't make it to the grand final, but Liquid is so close.
I mean, we're here in game number 5, and it's do or die. Someone has to go, man. And is it going to be enough here with the 3 tanks coming up for Team Liquid?
I don't know.
I'm so confused, because like when you're running 3 tanks, you want to be on even footing all the way through, right? You can't fall behind. Dehaka's going to try and help out with that. But where do you set the laning phase? You're going to run a 2-3 rotation here? Are you going to be trying to move Urel? I'm so curious what Team Liquid has in store.
Do you think the next problem is Arcana? We talked about him on Tracer, on the Kerrigan, those high fee heroes, high mobile. Now he's playing Dehaka here. Is Liquid really gonna pull it off? Can they make that happen against Gen.G, who everyone expected in the grand final to be that final boss of BlizzCon?
Here we go. On the left side, the Korean team. Sake to play Karazim. Kyocha on Mouthfield. Rich on Alarak, Reset on Phoenix, and Test on a new Brack. Give it up for the Korean team. It's Gen.G!
Braxet holdout to the right. They made it to game 5. Billy on Tyrael for Team Liquid. Eternal on Urel. Arcana on Dehaka with a global Norok once more on his Decade. Kaden Houseops on Junkrat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Team Liquid!
Already we have adjustments from the European team. Level 1 pickup, enhanced agility. Dehaka is intending to move around this map, go for flanks, looking for the ability to get behind their opponents. Team Liquid also putting multiple members in the top lane. Urel, Tyrael, and Decker King.
Gen.G came in as the Titan. They moved in and everyone was expecting them to breeze through this series. Then Liquid with the opening victory. But now we're having the final fight on that number 5. Arcana's coming in against that drag. They're looking for the kill. The warp is there, but Reset goes down, slammed into the ground by Urel.
What a way to open up for Team Liquid, and they're looking for a second one. Tist cannot get away, and Tist will get picked up. Team Liquid getting to it, jumping up in experience.
They come out swinging, and they look for the victory. It is their map choice. They said we bring them to Game 5. We can pull it off here. We want to go to the final, and so far Liquid looking strong on the final bat, but never, ever underestimate Gen.G, and do not underestimate Rich when he's on Alarak.
Team Liquid immediately going for a quick Hellbat play here, wanting to get that armor reduction in the top lane, having that push forward, but Team Liquid also going on the hunt here, coming in for Invade. You already have the Eldruins down as well, and on the side, you see Junk right here with the mine.
Once again, Liquid here. Don't let them rest. Don't give them a moment of pause. Move in, be aggressive, dominate the map, control it, and try to threaten them on every step. Dehaka with the global. You know Arcana is ready. He's there. They communicate. The cat is there. They go for the mine. They try to steal it, and they take it away.
The beautiful layered knockback and displacement there from Team Liquid. Immediately the Junkrat mine, a knockback and new wreck, but Sake steps up on the Karazim, and Yrel comes in and knocks him away.
Great timing from Dehaka too. He gets the camp at the top right and then moves in. So they have even more pressure now on Gen.G as we are heading into the first beacon on Abraxas. Attacks to the top. Eternal again being cautious here. And keep in mind how effective that Yrel and Yrel composition in game number 4 was for Europe.
Gen.G will get some beacon progress, jump up by 12%, but they have to deal with these Hellbats are pushing in the top lane, so they start to clear up. So Team Liquid is able to grab the shrines themselves, and they are matching right now, 12% to 12% and climbing. Sake trying to delay. Remember, Brax has been changed a few months ago to where if you're able to control the point, you slow down progression.
Gen.G will be so dangerous after level 10 when they have that telekinesis into the 7-sided. Even with Malthael stacking on top of it with the last rights, they can get these kills easily. Liquid needs to be careful there. Again, tested the bot lane with a pressure play, but Gen.G, are they going to show some nerves here? They did not expect to be in this place.
That's a really good point that you were talking about, that a Nubrak a couple games ago being blown up by the Alarak combination into the Karazim 7-sided strike. Tyrael is very similar in terms of health pool when it comes to that, so Tyrael could be the main focus here. Team Liquid, though, keeping up with the aggression. Here's another drag, and Future! Boom! Hiccup and next reset, trying to get away. 2 kills again for Team Liquid.
What's happening here?
Good question, Galador. Team Liquid has seemed to be firing on all cylinders right now. That diesel engine, it takes a while for them to rev up, but when they get there, they keep going.
4 kills against 0 for Team Liquid. Gen.G knew it before the tournament even started. Asked, who is a team that you are afraid of, that you show respect for? They immediately said Team Liquid. And they proved it in the group stage. Liquid, the only team that really took a map there. And now again in that semi-final, all of a sudden Gen.G on the final map, behind in experience, behind in kills. And they have to worry at this point.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. Gen.G so far has been controlling the beacon progress better, 22% to 14%. Team Liquid working on the macro, getting the bottom lane pushing in. They still have to find this time to be able to grab these points.
For me personally, the moment when so many games have been flipped when the Korean team was behind is level 10. Normally they're the ones dominating at the beginning, and they do extremely well carrying these advantages into the late game. But whenever I've seen an opponent get ahead early on, it's level 10 when it flips. The Horror abilities come in, and then it's that synergy from the Korean powerhouses that just throws it, pushes it over the line.
Don't forget about Alarak stacks too. That'll be something that we have to keep an eye on. Right now, currently sitting at 90, but if a couple kills start to go the way of Gen.G, we could see him become even more of a threat. You have Salvo to add on top of that. That poke for Gen.G is terrifying in the mid game. So far though, Team Liquid constantly dancing around Gen.G, slowing them down and making sure they don't get any more on the beacon progress.
They want the early level 7 if they can. Get that talent advantage. Try and see if you can maybe prepare another kill for yourself. Already Liquid with a small lead, but that only matters if you can translate into something. You need to capitalize on these advantages, and Liquid is looking to do that.
Liquid holding on for now. 7 will connect first. Gen.G wants to play a little bit more passive here. They're going to go ahead and move over towards the mercenary camps, which should give a chance for Junkrat to step up. But more bait comes in.
They're there again. They know it. They know it. They're on the move. They're pressuring. They have the level 7. They have the advantage. They're going immediately for the point here. The talent advantage. Liquid is looking for the fight, and they take the camp away again.
They take the camp away. The tongue will miss, so Team Liquid has to back up, but they're very content with that. Now Scorpio can step up and get on the beacon progress, and they already have the top side already, but Sake, he has something to say about that as he delivers some punches.
They got Hazorps already low. He was running away from the Beatles, hightailing it out of there. So they needed to back up for at least the time being, tapping off at the fountain, and now they can re-engage. But this game so far, Liquid has done everything they can to make it as uncomfortable for Gen.G as they possibly can.
I do like how Gen.G, the moment they see a brush sucker happen, though, they get aggressive on the map. They know they have a good time window to be able to put pressure on Team Liquid, and they're doing it here on the bottom lane, looking for that fight. They're down to scuffle.
And Hazorps from the backline the entire time, poking with Junkrat, but he also needs to be careful. You could see a second ago how much damage Rich can dish out with a single combo against him. Junkrat still that squishy. and Rich is just looking for that moment to pounce.
Gen.G 3 levels away from that threat we were talking about. That Alarak engaged into his 7-sided strike. Team Liquid needs to be ready for that, but for now, Arcane are now back in the bottom lane, building towards that Brush Stalker once again, helping Hostwabs with the wave clear.
And Liquid is losing some of that pressure. Those 4 kills don't matter at all, even the 2 camps, if you cannot get anything out of it. And Gen.G is closing in on experience here now. So all of a sudden, Liquid just realizes, well, we had some momentum early on, but we couldn't really get anything out of it. Look at the progress. Gen.G's ahead.
Wondering about that wave clear too at level 10. We can talk about the Planet Cracker for Phoenix. Wolf seems to be going into that direction. Team Liquid on the other side though, the only major wave clear they have is Junkrat and that Riptire, but Kyocha hang on here in the top lane, taking the damage. He gets away, but Reset tries to get the beacon progress. Thurnal hopping in.
That was a really close call. If Urel connects there, that is definitely going to be a dead Phoenix, but Reset gets away. The rotation is also happening, and immediately after the top again, Billy needs to be very careful here. Nurok trying to help him out, and Tyrell jumps out.
Poor Billy with that Eldruin having the mobility to get away, but Gen.G building up on that progress now. 34% Team Liquid losing the upper hand when it comes to control. Gen.G finding better rotations than them.
Liquid had a rough season in Europe. They had a fantastic start into Phase 2. Part 1 was incredible, but in the second part, they started to struggle. The Western Clash not going well for them either, but they still made it to BlizzCon. There were a lot of question marks, but they're proving all the doubters wrong at this point in the semi-final, forcing Gen.G onto map number 5 and still securing that small lead over their opponents. Both of the teams are hoping for the level 10.
But that bold play from Gen.G got the 40% on the beacon progress. Team Liquid trying to fight back here, though, stepping up. Arcane are trying to looking for that drag. Here comes the telekinesis from Rich. Gets some decent damage out. And Sake, meanwhile, again grabs that bottom point.
Yeah, he grabs the point right now, but look at the experience. Liquid hopes to get the level 10 during the team fight. Yeah, they're still sticking around. Billy has to move away again. Rich is there. The follow-up to a Nubarak. Tyrael is in trouble, but Reset cannot secure the kill.
Yeah, too hard to get that kill there, especially him going full on health there. But at the top side, Kyocha in trouble, going for an escape. But Thurn will have a jump in a second, but he needs to be careful because Tits is coming in from behind. Tits with the burrow charge with the knockup. A Thurn low on health. Sake coming in for the punches. No potion in time, and Team Liquid loses one as Gen.G gets a kill.
Nurok was trying to save him here, but now all of a sudden Team Liquid is on the run. They have level 10, but it comes in a bit too late. Again, it's Alarak. They're going for it. Stay a while and listen, and Billy survives.
Sake with the radiant dash is able to get away. 76% to 14. Team Liquid desperately needs some control on this beacon progress, but Gen.G is starting to make strides here, finding their own kill in the game, and also being in a spot where they are out-rotating their opponent.
Team Liquid from the get-go was trying to just break the rhythm of Gen.G, and they did a fantastic job, taking the kills, invading the camps the entire time, applying pressure, showing on the map, and just chalking around here. But now Gen.G is breaking through that, and they're turning the tables. They're doing the exact same to Team Liquid right now, and we have, of course, at this point, a huge advantage for them. With the objective, the Zerg wave through the top lane is going to hurt.
That is definitely going to hurt. Something to note is we have that Salvo coming online for Phoenix. No Planet Cracker. If Team Liquid can win another phase, they might be able to really push in their opponent. But right now, they got to focus on dealing on the big Zerg wave in the top lane. They will use the Riptire. You want to make sure you drop that on the Hydras. That's the majority of the DPS coming in from that Zerg wave.
Rich is already there. It's a 4-man at the top side. The Haka could at any point also make the rotation towards the top with this global if he really feels that they can force a battle here and that he can connect another drag. But Liquid for now is focusing on the defense.
And they're defending actually quite well. That Riptire helped out, but Tyrael in trouble. That big combo coming out. Sportbilly survives. Stay a while and listen. Hit from Nurok. Statification popping. Arcana coming in flank. Team Liquid with a little bit of damage. But can they get Phoenix? They get him.
They take him down, and that's the kill that Liquid needed. The rotation happening with the Haka, and once more Liquid successful against Reset here.
I can't believe they defended that Zerg wave so well. The Riptire was instrumental.
Absolutely.
Team Liquid defends the first wave and immediately starts to look for map control, running straight to these Hellbats, checking to see if Gen.G has started that, because every time that Gen.G has lost one, they have ran there. Team Liquid groups up as 4 here.
They used a lot of their cooldowns, but they're still willing to commit to the mercenary camp, going straight for it. With 5 kills against 1 in the game so far, they've done well, but now Tiss is around, and they have 5-man on the map again. The camp is let go. Sportbilly jumps out, and Team Liquid steals it for the 3rd time.
Tiss a little too late, waiting for Rich to see if he's going to step forward. Doesn't even drop down the web either, so Team Liquid backs up with another Hellbat camp grab. Hero immediately running to her side as well.
It is scary to go up against that Alarak. Rich has made so many play attempts already, and they've learned in the previous games how devastating that combo of the telekinesis 7-sided can be. Now you add also Malthael on top of that with the last rights. It's such a deadly combo for Gen.G, and just for a half a second you're out of position, and Rich is going to go for you. But Liquid Liquid has played well so far. They are the team that gets the kills here, 5 against 1. But Gen.G, they have so far dominated the objective.
Which is so crazy to me, with those kills coming in, a total of 5 for Team Liquid. You have to look at the experience, and Gen.G is slightly ahead. Usually that's unheard of, especially on 2-lane maps, because it's hard to get the macro play to get to position where you are outplaying your opponent.
They have a ton of mobility, and they've been using it extremely well to make these rotations happening. You pointed that out earlier, that they rotated and even got 40% on the objective just because they were a little bit more decisive, a bit faster in the rotation. And now they've taken that lead in experience. It's a small one, but they will hit 13 just a few seconds before Liquid will.
All right, beacons are activating in 25 seconds. We'll be moving into our second Zerg phase. Gen.G will be looking to control that. Again, that wave clear is missing for them on their side of the map. Sure, you got Phoenix, which is helpful, but not enough to be able to stop those Hydras, especially with the lack of Planet Cracker.
Tist already at the site here, gets spotted by Billy. Again, we didn't really have too many engages just yet with that cocoon.
Team Liquid moving towards that 13. Another important attribute too is that Holy Ground gives them boss control. So things that Team Liquid can do is probably try to set up on that boss and force Gen.G into a fight if they ever get a kill advantage. Arcaner taking a bit of a beating here in the top, though, has to back up.
13 is in, so we have immediately the spell shield taken, and this time for Kyoja, it is the inevitable end. It's something that Rich didn't take when they played on Infernal Shrines, but he's still going for the unstoppable here.
13 to 13, but Gen.G is holding both beacons here. Alarak slows down Team Liquid on the rotation in the bottom lane. Team Liquid needs to make a play as the beacon progress continues to climb. Finally, Dahaka gets the bottom, but 46% over in favor of Gen.G.
There's definitely some indecisiveness. Now we have Dahaka against Alarak at the bot side, and up here towards the top, it's the 4-man. Here comes the attack again as Liquid is aiming for the control. They're starting to chase Tist, but they cannot lock him down.
Yep, is all mounted up, able to escape. Arcaner even coming in with that enhanced agility, which has been pretty darn close. Total of 8 of the 10 stacks you need to finish that off, but he definitely has a movement speed, still unable to get there and get that drag.
Liquid risk a lot when they went for Brax's Holder. Keep in mind, Tomb of the Spider Queen is actually the map that they won against Gen.G when they played against them in the group stage. But they show respect here, and they're trying to go for a map that Gen.G maybe did not see coming. Camps again the focus for the teams as Liquid is going for the top right mercenary camp.
They may have found a couple of kills, but they've had a hard time in terms of outperforming their opponent when it comes to grabbing this beacon. At the same time, Kyocha in the top left is baiting himself. Gen.G actually wants to come in here and fight.
Tist with a Nubarak wants to go for Billy. 7-sided, completely missing here. The sanctification comes through as the last rites is in play. Riptire and stay a while and listen as Team Liquid is looking for the fight and the kill.
Tist drops the web there to stop the drag, but it's not enough. Team Liquid able to find that kill. The sanctification instrumental, allowing them to make sure they deny that last right stack.
Denying the kill and immediately turning it around against the Beetle. And Nubarak goes down, and Liquid with a snap call saying, guys, go middle, we take that boss, and we bring the fight.
They got that Holy Ground, they got the displacement, but Gen.G is thinking about contesting here. Watch Rich, his telekinesis gotta be on point.
They do not give this up lightly. They will fight for it. 5 versus 4. Here comes the burrow, the salvo. Team Liquid takes the boss, and they want to kill.
Sake on the back, it's hit with a tongue. He's trying to escape. Can he get to a teammate? He does, but Inferno comes in with a pounce.
Sake goes down.
Poor Billy keeping up with the chase here. Eternal finally will rest here. Now the beacon progress needs to be the focus for Team Liquid. They are low, they are battered, but they are in a position where they've gotten a kill.
7 kills against 1. The boss is on the map, and Team Liquid is looking for blood. They are looking for the lead in experience. They want to see how far they can push this. The kill against Karazim was instrumental here.
Heals coming in for Arcaner. Arcaner holding on here, but Tyrael and Urel are pushing in that top lane. Only Phoenix here for defense. Team Liquid is looking for that forward. They want the experience lead. They got a slight one, but a massive experience lead will put them on course towards that 16 to be ahead of Gen.G.
Gen.G is throwing everything into this defense right now. They have given up the top fort, but they are already trying to poke down the boss here, as Team Liquid is so far pushing mainly top side. They have the Haka bot lane, but that attempt that we saw from Gen.G with Alarak, with the Nubarak to maybe go for a kill down there was not successful. And now Arcana can grab the experience, try to bring them to 16, and then join the fight top.
Team Liquid keeps showing themselves top lane, trying to make Gen.G come back and defend that 16. About to have your mission for Arcana. Arcana making a play on that bottom lane for that beacon, but a Nubarak and Alaric are there to stop him. Gen.G stretching themselves thin, but holding on.
Gen.G has dug in deep. They will not let this game go easily. This is the match that they were supposed to win. They were the team that everyone expected to be in the grand final together with Dignitas. Miracle's performance yesterday already put a bit of a question mark there on Dig, but now we're seeing Gen.G struggle to overcome that obstacle that is Team Liquid. As Liquid again, whose camp is this on the left side?
I'm pretty sure it's Team Liquid. They put another stake down, grab the Hellbats, that'll be pushing in the bottom lane, and finally they start to get some beacon progress. Now Sake runs the top lane, he'll look to clear that out, but Team Liquid has been putting a lot of focus on forts lately. Ooh, Smoke really comes in.
Oh,
it's a mistake! Burrow charge misses out, displacement name available.
There's a kill! Arcana beasting it on that Dehaka. One lick after another, he connects drag after drag, and Tist with an uncharacteristic mistake, and immediately Team Liquid is there to punish him.
That Burrow charge, he wanted to go on the bottom side, but that big space in the middle, he couldn't get over across there, and unfortunately gets picked off. Team Liquid now can start to look and be able to push his bottom lane, and they're going straight for a fort. Gonna be hitting level 17, and the best part too is they're building towards 20.
Saka at the top side has to be careful here. Stay on and listen, and for now used by Nurok to make sure that Eternal is able to move out, but Dehaka is taking over the top beacon control, and that finally puts another 4 new points onto the board for TL.
Hardened Defender was also used too, though. That's a big cooldown. He was trying to eat that last rights. Big cooldowns being used here by Team Liquid, so Gen.G can step up. The good news is last rights foot in 40 seconds for Malthael, so they can play around that too.
Cam control, paint the map red. That's what Liquid is doing. They still have a leading experience, but it's only a level, not even. Gen.G is absolutely in a position where they can turn this, and Liquid knows it. They have small advantages, but Gen.G is not giving up. They're fighting for every single inch of this map, and they are not making it easy for Liquid at all.
They are relying on what they are known to do best, and that's team fight. Grouping up as 5 up here in the bottom lane, forcing the issue when it comes to this fort, keeping everyone near each other. Sake at the ready for that 7-sided strike. One pick is all Gen.G needs.
And one pick is one single pick through Alarak. And then the follow-up. Try and force another battle with the Cocoon, trying to chase them down. They have the mobility to do exactly that. We've been talking about it at the beginning. You can use it to make those quick rotations happen from the bottom to the top, but it's also incredible chase potential that they have here. Already, Billy with a split attempt against Tiz, trying to force him to drag out. Already Arcana in the backline, looking for the drag here, but Gen.G showing the respect here and walking away.
Team Liquid look a little bit desperate here, looking for these fights, really wanting to get in there, but they have taken the lead for the first time in beacon progress, 62 to 46%.
They definitely sacrificed a couple of cooldowns. You have to really remember that Arcana with that global has to be cautious, that he always has it ready when it really matters. They want to get some value out of it, but there was no experience for Gen.G to be gained at the top side when he made his move. It's still 18 versus 17 right now. The final game of this series. Who's going to advance to the grand final of BlizzCon?
Team Liquid stretching themselves, trying to make sure they get into a spot where they get this top beacon progress, but Gen.G has spotted them out. Immediately come to the bottom and start to grab the point as well. It's ring around the rosy, Caldor.
It definitely is, and both teams are so cautious right now. They know that a single mistake can make the difference of you reaching the grand final, possibly becoming the champion of BlizzCon, or you being eliminated from the tournament.
At the same time, though, if you want to be a grand champion, if you want to be able to win the BlizzCon finals, you cannot be afraid to lose. Team Liquid has to make the play, but so does Gen.G. Gen.G going for the aggressive play, going for the large flank, and coming around the backside.
Nurok spotting it immediately, though. Checking the bushes, so important here. Billy starting to move in, rotations all over. But here comes the attack against Tyrael, and it's the kill! They get it! The stale wildness is too late! Riptire attempted the turnaround. Rich is low, but he does not fall.
He's low, but he's fine. He's also dishing out tons of damage here. The sadism is huge for him right now, looking at a total of 123 stacks. And Gen.G chases Team Liquid out. Gen.G is going to grab both points and build up.
You've been talking about it earlier. We've seen so many moves by Rich early on in the 4th game of Dragonshire when they moved in and blew up a Nubarak, and now Tyrael had no chance to go for the sanctification. Liquid, are they contesting this? Are they allowing it? It's 20 seconds until Tyrael is back, and they give up the boss. Gen.G is on their way back into this. They go for the objective, they go for the boss, and they are about to bring the pain.
A wise call there for Gen.G with no Tyrael, no holy ground, no sanctification. Displacement has to be perfect for Team Liquid to contest that. And Gen.G banked on the fact that Team Liquid would not risk all for that. But now, Zergwave coming in. Boss pushing the bottom lane. This fort is done, is to keep next.
And both move bottom. both of them. Wave and Boss at the bot side. Liquid, how do they handle this? It should be the first keep of the game, as Gen.G is of course trying to get even more. If they get kills here, this is game.
It certainly is. Gen.G already grouping up here on the bottom lane. This turret will be shredded. The Riptire will be available in about 5 seconds. Hasawaps needs that to clear out these Hydras once again. Gen.G as 5 are pushing bottom.
There's a wave of pain coming towards Liquid. The Riptire gets some damage, but not enough. They move in. They need to make something happen. The early sanctification, the attempt for a kill, trying to burst it down. Gen.G with the boss, with the Tilliton. They don't get it. Arcana dodges it all.
The big burrow and the heals coming in. The Solvo also at the same time, but Tyrael finally gets zapped down. Team Liquid only has 4 here for defense. No, wait, they only have 3 as Urella fall 2. Arcana comes in for a drag, but Rich comes in for another takedown as Gen.G pushes at 5.
The shield is gone, and Gen.G with a turnaround. Make it happen. They take down Team Liquid in a fantastic final map on Brax's holdout and secure their spot in the grand final of BlizzCon 2018.
What a series for the semifinals. Gen.G able to pull it out with a 3-2, but showing that Team Liquid, a team that many doubted, are here to fight, taking all the way to game number 5. But Gen.G, the better team on this day, is able to pull forward and put themselves in the grand finals.
You said it best, one kill can decide the game, and it did. The one move against Tyrael, not allowing him to use the sanctification, it's all they needed. They took down Tyrael, they took the boss, they claimed the Zerg wave, and they pushed it through. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Team Liquid. A great performance here. Gen.G moves on to the finals, but Team Liquid has definitely won over some hearts today.
That they have. Beautiful reactions in the draft when it comes to the best of 5 series. Being able to be in a position to show off different compositions. Arcana in particular showing the heart that he's had all year. Gen.G though, in the final match, resting on Rich, man. That Alarak stacked at 140 stacks for the end of the game. That thing hurts.
Not only Rich, also Reset, the entire team playing fantastic, and we are going to hear a little bit more from Gen.G and Reset in particular as we're heading towards the interview with Kevin.
That's right, I'm standing here with Reset. Reset, that was a pretty intense matchup there. Maybe not exactly what you expected from Team Liquid, but you pulled it out. How are you feeling right now about that matchup?
일단 되게 치열한 경기 끝에 이제 올라가게 됐는데 어떻게 보면 젠지 팀 입장에서는 기대했던 이런 시나리오가 아니었을 텐데 지금 현재 기분이 어떠세요?
리퀴드도 충분히 잘하는 팀이라서 이 정도까지 할 것 같았어요. 그래서 오히려 지금 진 게 디그니타스 상대로 더 좋은 경기를 만들 수 있지 않을까 싶어요.
We respect Team Liquid's abilities and their capabilities to be a great team. So we kind of expected to go to Game 5. And we believe that this series helped us immensely for preparing against Team Dignitas in the Grand Finals.
Awesome, now that's great. Love to hear the confidence. Talk to me a little bit about the final matchup there, Braxis holdout, your plan there. Was that anticipated by you guys? Were you expecting to play on Braxis? What was your team's response when you saw that pulled out? And obviously a very close match. Yeah, give me your thoughts on Braxis.
일단 이제 5경기 브렉시스 상전에서 했는데 이제 보편적으로 한국에서는 잘 안 쓰이니까 이제 그 맵이 선택됐을 때 이제 어떤 팀 전체적으로 분위기가 어땠는지랑 그리고 이제 경기 내에서도 상당히 이렇게 치고받고 하는 접전 끝에 이기게 됐는데 그거에 대한 이제 경기 총평 한마디 부탁드리겠습니다.
사실 브락시스는 이게 서로 연습이 안 된 상태에서 저쪽에서 이제 그냥 강수를 둔 것 같아요. 그래서 저희는 그냥 서로 모르는 상태에서 하면은 괜찮다고 생각하고 이제 초반만 버티면은 이제 후반 가서 괜찮다 했는데 초반에 좀 많이 흔들려서 그 점에서 좀 아쉽고 다음에 다시 하면은 초반에 더 안 흔들리고 좀 더 단단하게 할 수 있을 것 같아요.
So I think neither of us were prepared to play at Braxis holdout, and so if we put it in the vacuum, then once we hit late game, we had the confidence to win it out. So all of us were just reminding ourselves to let's stay focused and just survive the early game. However, we started off pretty bumpy, so we were disappointed in that regards. However, we managed to drag out the game long enough that we can secure the victory. So this series, once again, kind of allowed us to prepare for the future series. So if we play on Braxis Holdout once again, then we can make even better performance starting from early game to the mid-late game as well.
Awesome. All right, so you advanced to the grand finals, which is fantastic. You're going to be meeting off against either Miracle or Dignitas. How do you feel your confidence level is going into the grand finals now after a very stressful matchup here against Team Liquid? Are you feeling confident, and how do you spend the precious moments here before the final itself?
이제 결승에서 미라클 또는 팀 딕네타스 둘 중 한 팀을 만나게 될 텐데 이제 방금 되게 치열한 접전 끝에 올라와가지고는 이제 그 전체적으로 팀 분위기라든지 그리고 이제 어떤 상대를 더 선호하는지 궁금합니다.
딱히 선호하는 상대보다는 누가 올라와도 이상하지 않고 지금 리퀴드한테 이제 두 판을 지면서 오히려 좀 더 사기가 오른 것 같아요. 오히려 저희는 지면서 강해지기 때문에 이제 남은 결승전도 이제 좀 더 지금 준결승전보다 좀 더 수월하게 할 수 있지 않을까 싶어요.
So we believe that both teams are capable to reach the finals. So it doesn't really matter whoever comes up. However, through this series, we learned a lot and we get stronger as we drop sets throughout the series. So I think this semifinals has prepared us even better to going into the finals, and we believe that we can showcase a much better performance in the grand finals compared to those in the semifinals.
Awesome. I love the confidence. It's so good. Lastly, this is a big moment. Last time we're going to get to hear from you guys before you're on the grand final stage. Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience, your family, your friends, sponsors, anything? I would love to hear your thoughts.
네, 이제 마지막으로 결승 끝나기 직전에 이제 마지막 인터뷰인데 이제 뭐 팬들이라든지 가족이라든지 친구분들께 한마디 하시고 싶은 게 있으시면 하십시오.
지금까지도 젠지 계속 응원해 주시는 분들께 정말 감사드리고 지금 준결승에서 이미 두 판 맞아봤기 때문에 결승전은 이제 저희가 좀 더 많이 유리할 것 같아요. 그래서 결승까지 응원 부탁드리겠습니다.
I would like to show my deepest gratitude to all the fans of Gen.G. And because we got kind of punched twice in our faces in this semifinals, we believe that, as mentioned before, that we can delineate much better gameplay. So we will repay all the incessant support by showing solid games throughout the grand finals. So thank you.
All right, well, good luck on those grand finals. Reset, thank you so much, and congratulations once again. We're done from the stage. We're back to you guys.
Reset making a huge impact in the series, maybe on the crowd too, but make no mistake, this team lives and dies with Rich, and nothing showed that more than the last two games of that series, Dreadnought.
Yeah, starting with Death looking at game 4 and a lot of life given when looking at game number 5. His Alarak was clutch when it came to the sanctification and finding ways to be able to isolate the Tyrael and make sure that they had a really hard time dealing with it.
Trixler, did you hear what I heard from the first answer from Reset, where he said we are get stronger, which first of all, a stronger Gen.G is frankly terrifying, but we will get stronger and be ready for Dignitas in the grand finals.
I mean, that's why they're one of the best. I mean, they look at one map that they lost on and say, you know what, we now have more experience and we get to learn and garnish from that, and we can show more later on in the grand finals. That's why they're exciting. It's why they are winners, and it's why we have them in the grand finals.
But he let it slip. He thinks Dignitas is going to be there.
I mean, he straight up just was like, I'm not even looking at Miracle. Like, what team is that? I don't know. Sister team of old? Yeah, it's of old. Exactly that. I'm ready to be able to take out Dig.
And Kaldor, we also heard about the importance of waiting till the late game. You heard the crowd. You were casting with the crowd, and how Team Liquid were able to get kill after kill, and yet that one kill, how important the mental game was for them, and it's important for us to remember what professionals these players are.
I mean, you could see it really from the beginning to the end, right? We are talking about all the pressure, taking the camp away 3-4 times in a row, getting 4 kills against 0. But Gen.G just wasn't shaken. They just focused on what they're best at, and at some point, you really could tell that the entire dynamic of the map was starting to flip a little bit. And Team Liquid was playing a bit more from behind than they were on eye level, but it came down to who gets that one final kill. And it was Rich who made the play. They get the kill against Tyrael, and that snowballed everything.
Well, we know one grand finalist. Gen.G are going to be there. Let's find out who's going to join them after the break. Team Dignitas go up against Miracle.
I am worried that it might not be enough here. They're still building up here to the 40%. Gen.G's trying to pull Team Liquid away from that point to buy more time for Sake to spawn as they shield themselves on the turret. But here's the gauge. Condition comes down. Team Liquid steps forward, and at the same time, Hotwolf is trying to find a kill.
Garrosh once again walking away here. The Entomb is in the ground. They're buried alive. Arthas goes down. Can Liquid get a counter kill? Tis is low. He's once again solo, but does he die? No, he does not. Instead, Johanna falls.
Tis is unkillable. Hotwolf is trying to make up for it. He steps up, but he's down too. That's going to be a total of 3 as Team Liquid takes a 5v4, but Gen.G turns it around. Wait a minute! Arcana off and off! He's showing off that Tracer!
He's going for the triple kill. Arcana taking them down. Hunter's mark is on point, and all the damage of Hammer, and Hunter just collapses onto the target. But here comes Liquid. They're looking for a kill. Lightning Breath even be used, but immediately the response from Tyrael.
Death Gate gets these two. Thermal and Normally the Dead though has to back away and get healed up from Neurok. At the same time, Hotwolf is going in and trying to find those combos.
Rich!
Hammer and Trouble gets put against the wall, but Rich able to escape. The heals are coming in. The High Fury not doing enough as Arthas is picked off.
Rich surviving again, and that's another kill. 6 kills against 1 as Reyna falls once more. Arcana not strong enough this time to turn it around. Can't help but feel that they're just a little bit too late with that cocoon. Again, Dehaka in trouble. The stun's coming out, so that's Hyperion. Salvo! Eternal is alive, at least for now, but Gen.G is not done yet.
Team Liquid does survive. They try to turn around. Sport Billy going in for the Impale. It's going to miss a major one, but Hotwolf's in trouble as he gets picked off, and Gen.G is going to stomp forward.
Down goes Reyna, down goes Li Ming. Dehaka is eliminated, and they're focusing their attention towards Billy and Norok. The pure elegance of how Jane be careful with the positioning here as he's looking for the engage once again. Eternal in the middle of things. Rich moving out again, dodging the stuns here. Billy in trouble, moving out and barely escaping as the fight continues and turns against Tist.
Hotwolf bring out the Fell Point, but Arcana is low. Get the shield here at the last second, comes around. Do they have the combo available? Rich will fall first. Sport Billy holding that front line too as well. Gonna have that trait value coming out soon. Arcana in the corner, goes for a combo. He gets 1, he gets 2, and the Tyrael trait value coming out, but it's just Neurok and Sake. A support battle for the Ancients.
To also protect the flank here as we see Tis moving forward with the Condemn, trying to set it up for his teammates. Tis needs to be careful here, eats the damage, but Gen.G moves in deeper.
Arcana at the same time is just jumping around ready for that combo. There's a fear and there's a pick. Identification comes out too, and here's a Maelstrom. Arcana go for the chase with a Thurno leading the charge.
He's jumping in, they want to go for Tis here next. Also Kyoja, the spin to win is active once again. Eternal still hopping around here with his Urel. Ardent Defender on cooldown of course, but here comes Sonya. They're trying to go for her. He's so low and Kyoja falls.
A Thurno's low too, but he keeps hopping in, providing that armor, and Team Liquid finds 1, 2, 3, 4 kills in total as Team Liquid in.
Top keep is gone, they need to do something and they know it.
Look at Rizzo, he gets knocked back, and another kill comes in for Team Liquid. Team Liquid is hungry for a game 5.
Team Liquid mercilessly takes them down 1 by 1, 2 deaths already, and Gen.G is sticking around, trying to go for the backline. They try to go for Arcana.
They're trying for it. Hotwolf's also in trouble as well. Hotwolf actually gets taken down. Gen.G has done it. Reset, able to jump over the wall. Wow! Kyoja at the same time is finished.
Kyoja, he gets cut off as Sport Billy jumps in. You shall not pass.
Kyoja though trying to stay alive though, going to the back line. Arcana comes in with the Ravage, with the auto attack, and gets a kill.
It's up lightly, they will fight 5 versus 4. Here comes the Burrow, the Salvo. Team Liquid takes the boss, and they want to kill.
Sake on the back, it's hit with a tongue. He's trying to escape. Can he get to a teammate? He does, but a Thurno comes in with a bounce.
Sake goes down. Not enough, they move in. They need to make something happen. The early sanctification, the attempt for a kill, trying to burst it down. Gen.G with the boss, with the Tilliton. They don't get it. Arcana dodges it all.
The big Burrow and the heals coming in, the Salvo also at the same time, but Tyrael finally gets zapped down. Team Liquid only has 4 here for defense. No, wait, they only have 3 as Urella fall too. Arcana comes in for a drag, but Rich comes in for another takedown as Gen.G punches at 5.
The shield is gone, and Gen.G with a turnaround.
Practice holdout.
The 2018 HGC Finals are brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Corsair, T-Mobile, Samsung SSD, and NVIDIA.